Hi, how can you learn grammar concepts? These are the main questions and situational. So it depends upon if these questions come in your mind, so you will have to watch this video. You can easily access and understand the concept of the grammar. Hi, my name is Irfan Nawaz, English teacher, represented the channel Frontier English Grammar. Today I am going to share with you the very specific important notification that we are going to start the new sessions programs. So my first video is regarding contents of the grammar which are going to be followed by you. So I hope so. So we don't waste our time. Let's get started the video. Okay. I think I have you told earlier that we are supposed to learn the contents of the basic English grammar. I will try my level best to teach you in a very simple and lucid style so that you may be able to understand what I'm going to teach you now. So my first and prayer will start, that is structure of a sentence. You will learn the simple way and the simple style. Now after that, type of sentence will be concerned. All the tenses will be teach you step by step. So concept of the voices after that, and narration we can't forget to teach you. The last but not the least, the use of the part of speech, that definitely you are going to enjoy all the video sessions. I hope so. You will definitely enjoy and get a lot beneficial program. So this is going to be new, because you know that these days the students are not coming. The students need at a specific time to learn the basic stuff. So that the structure of a sentence, it's very simple to understand. I will try my level best to convey my message across to you using a simple style. Look at what is the structure. Structure, if I'm talking about the structure sentence, I talk the subject first of all. Subject, and then helping verb, that is the main point of the sentence. We can name another word, that is auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verb, and then main verb, and the last but not the least, that is object. These are the four main components and elements of a big sentence. You can see here the subject, helping verb is followed, or auxiliary verb you can say, then main verb and the object. In this video you will learn the basic structure of a sentence. As far as the structure of the sentence definition is concerned, that's a very simple. The sentence which gives complete sense is called sentence. Complete sense. This is the proper definition of a sentence. Structure of a sentence. Sentence which gives complete sense is called a sentence, and it has four main components or elements. First of all, subject, helping verb and auxiliary verb, main verb, and the object. So you will have to keep in your mind when you are coming across such kind of the grammatical structure. Let's analyze step by step or one by one. Subject. The doer of the action is called a subject. According to the definition, subject, it is a doer of an action. Doer of the action is called a subject. So all the sentences do not start with the subject, but the main complete sentence always depends upon the subject. Now you can see how can we start. These are 7 altogether in the grammar. He, she, it. These are third person. Third persons, because we can also name them subjective or affirmative cases of pronoun. Subjective, affirmative cases of pronoun. So he, she, it are one of them. These are subjective cases because these are always used in the beginning of the sentences. So he, she, it, and they. Third person, these are the singular and this is plural. After that, we talk about you. You is a second person. Second person is you. And first person is I and we. First person. Students, you have seen on the board that I have written a few information about the subject concept. First of all, I told you that it is a doer of an action. Doer of an action is called the subject. There are 7 altogether. He, she, it, and they. They are used for the third person. You is a second person. It can be singular and the plural as well. Singular and plural. You is a kind of a subject which can be used for both styles, singular and the plural. I and we, these are the first person, and I is always singular, we is the plural. So these are the subject which I told you they always entertain or commented at the start of the sentences. Now look another thing. Now these are the auxiliary verbs. Now I am going to share some information about the helping verb, auxiliary verb. They do not have any kind of definition, but they help the main verb. So as far as the concept of helping verb and auxiliary verb are concerned, both of the words are the same, but the simple language grammar, the helping verb is used, whereas the advanced English grammar, the auxiliary verb is used. Auxiliary and helping are the same verb. The accent is changed. Okay, as far as the kind is concerned, you can see here is, am, and are. These are the helping verb. Was and were. After that, has and have, had, will, shall, will be, and shall be, will have, and shall have. These are the helping verbs. Is, am, are, was, and were. These are helping verbs. These are used for present. Is, am, are, has, and have. These are the 5 helping verbs: have, has, are, am, and is. These are used for the present, whereas had and was and were, they are used for the past. Will be, shall be, will have, shall have, will and shall, they are used for the future. It does make a sense that the helping verbs are always used to understand the concept of 3 things. We can understand the sentence mood of the sentences depending upon the helping verbs. Look at this graph. This is a future which is still to happen. Then the middle, the line is coming, that is present, which is going on right now, which happen on a daily basis. And this is past. Any single minute which has gone is called past. So past, present, and future are always recognized by looking upon the helping verb. So these are the few helping verbs which I told you that these are is, am, are, and was, were, has, have, had, will have, will, shall, will be, and shall be. The story is not completed yet. Look at another one. Now look at step one by one. is, am, are, was, were, as I have earlier mentioned. Is, am, are and was, were in the grammar, in the advanced English grammar we call it primary auxiliary. Primary auxiliary are 5. Is, am, are for the present, was and were for the past. So these are primary auxiliary in the grammar. We can also call them be verbs, but they are 8 altogether. But as far as these 5 are concerned, both of these style are used in the common senses and primary auxiliary and the be verbs. After that, some of the helping verbs which are not used in tenses but they are considered auxiliary, that are will, shall, can, could, should, must, would, may, and might. These are 9 altogether. Only will and shall are used in simple future tenses, that is, they are 2, shall and will. According to the grammar structure, they are modal verbs. These are all actually modal verbs: will, shall, can, could, should, must, would, may, and might. These are called in the grammar modal verbs. Modal verbs. But will and shall are only 2 helping verb or auxiliary verb which are used in simple tenses. But regardless all other, they are not used any kind of tenses. The sentence cannot be considered any kind of tense. Can, could, should, must, would, may, and might, they are the special expressions which are used in different style. But will and shall are used in simple future tenses. But these are all the modal verbs that you have seen. Now we are going to understand the concept of agreement of subject with the helping verb. They are very specific area, so most of the students make a certain blunder or mistakes when they are coming from such a kind of expressions. So as far as these are concerned, with he, she, and it, and any singular subject, we use is, you can see here. We can also use has. So we can say that if we are talking about the is, he is, she is, it is singular. But if we are handling about the has, we can say he has, she has, it has, and singular has. This is the agreement of the subject to the helping verb. Whereas in I, we, they, you, and the plural, with I we use only single one, that is am. That is finite verb. That is finite verb which is limited to a tense or a subject. So this is a finite because it is concerned, it is limited to the subject. We can't use am with any other subject, so that's why it is a finite helping verb. I can write it for you on the board. Finite. Rest other things with I we can use have, I have, and then the others have, we have, they have, you have, and plural have. They are the helping verb. Please don't make a mistake when you are using this one. He, she, it, and singular is and has can be used. Rest one, I and am, it is limited. But as far as the have is concerned, so have is used with all the subjects which is singular as a first person and plural, and the third person and the second person and plural as well. I have, we have, they have, you have, and plural have. So this is the concept of the agreement of the subject, the helping verb. After that, will and shall, only I and we we use shall. This is the old and orthodox style, whereas they, he, she, it, singular and plural, we use will. This is the basic rule. We should be all recognized and concerned. But if you change the order, you can. If you want to use will with I and we, it is possible. If you use shall with these, they are also possible. What is the difference between it? The difference is that when you change the order, sentences lie upon the stresses and the significance of sentences. So you can also say I shall go, I will go, it depends upon. In the advanced English grammar, the concept of shall is almost finished because they are used in interrogative sentences making offer and suggestions. So these are the simple. Whenever you are given an exam, when you are learning the basic English grammar, you have to keep these rules in your mind because this is a very specific area for the students to learn the basic English grammar. So these are, you can see on the board, what we have learned is he, she, it and singular is and has. I am, but I, we, they, you, plural and have. I and we with the shall. They, he, she, it, singular, plural with the will. So these are the basics, rules for using agreements of the subject with the helping verb. Having understood the concept of helping verb as a subject, I hope so you must have understood the concept very well. Now come to the next very important area, that is the main verb. It is the heart of the sentences. So as far as the main verb is concerned, it has been taken from the Latin language word, verbum. Verbum means to do, feel, or assert something. This is the proper definition of a main verb. It has been taken from the Latin language word. Verbum means to do, feel, or to assert something. After that, as far as the types of the main verb is concerned, right now we are going to learn about the form of the verbs. These are very important. The first form, the second form, third form, and fourth form of the verb. But we shouldn't say first, second, and third form. In the grammar, we have their own names to follow. As far as the fourth form is concerned, we call them present participle. Present participle. This is the name of the fourth form. Third form is past participle. Second is past, and first is present. These are the name of forms. First form present, second form past, third form past participle, and fourth one is present participle. These are the four main forms of the verb. They are used in different style, different tenses, but you will have to acknowledge what all these are about. Look at here, I'm just drawing the line for you. If the verb is play, a simple verb, play, so second form will be played. We just add ed with it, and you don't have to make an good effort to create a third one as well. They are the same, played. So student don't have to make a great effort to create second and third form. We're just adding ed with it. And then playing, P-L-A-Y, play. This play and these plays the same. It is called present. Look at that is present participle. So we are adding ing form, ing with it, it becomes present participle. So playing. So play, played, played and playing. These are the four forms. First form is present, second is past, third form is past participle, and fourth one is present participle. Student, you will have to understand what is ing in the grammar. Ing is addition, which is called participle. Participle means addition. Now I am going to let you know about one more word about the vocabulary word. The more you learn, the more you get. That is go. Go is the first form. Second is went. Third form is gone. And fourth, going. Why have I written these two forms of the verb before you? One is following the simple pattern to make, like we are just adding ed in ed, such kind of a verb which creates second and third form helping upon ed, that is regular verb. These are called regular verbs, because when you need second and third form, you can easily make it. You don't have to make a great effort. So just start ed. There are so many examples as well. Arrive, arrived, arrived. You can say return, returned, returned. We're just adding ed, second and third form. So these are called regular verbs. But as far as the second one is concerned, you will have to make a bit effort because they do not follow the same pattern. They have a different way to go. So go, went, gone and going. Four of them are absolutely changed. So that's why we call it irregular verbs. Irregular verbs. So these are the main concepts of the grammar, especially in the main verb. You have seen first of all the definition on the board. Second is first, second, third form. But please learn the names of it. In the future moment, these words will coming across again and again before you, and you haven't learned it, you can't get it then. So these are the verbs: present, past, past participle and present participle. Here is the ing is an addition which is called participle, mean ing form. We also have discussed the regular verbs and irregular verbs. So you should start learning and try to increase the word bank. I hope so you get it. Now, the last but not the least piece of word, that is objects, which is mentioned at the end of the subject, end of the sentence. So this is a word which receives an action, receives an action, that is called object, because it is mentioned at the end of the sentences. As far as the types are concerned, there are two direct types of object. They are direct object and indirect object. You have seen that I have mentioned the two types of the object, direct object and indirect object. How to understand it? Looks at an example. If I say he gave me a pencil. In this sentence, he is a subject, as you know at the start. We are missing the helping verb. This is the second form of the verb, that is past form. And now we have two objects. The object which is close to the main verb, that is called direct object. Whereas the second one is indirect object, which is coming right after the direct object. Students, you can see here that I have used two objects here. It means that this sentence can be converted into the passive voice by depending upon two ways. If I convert into the passive, I can say that I was given a pencil by him, or a pencil was given to me by him. So both of the styles are possible. So these are the two objects you have seen, direct object and indirect object. So this is the way that I have taught you all these things. I hope so you must have understood all the grammar structure of a sentence. This is the basic grammar structure. Nobody has uploaded such video before because they just discuss a few certain stuffs when they are dealing with these things. But I have mentioned all the stuff before you very clearly, step by step, and I tried my level best to use simple language for you. I didn't see and didn't find any